Baloch from Pakistan, and you're watching my YouTube channel Insani Ittihad, which aims to invoke a little bit of humanity in all of us through understanding and awareness. So there was a recent bomb blast in actually a suicide attack in one of the Shia mosques, which is called the Imam Barga, and which led me to thinking. Actually, I had been thinking about this for a very long time, but I thought that I should post this now. So I have seen a pattern for these suicide attacks, and these terrorists. Their modus operandi is whether it's against Muslims versus Muslims doing suicide attacks and terrorism against Muslims, or Muslims having terrorist suicide attacks against non-Muslims, especially the Jewish people. They always choose a religious, you know, religious day or a day, because this bomb blast happened in a mosque when there was a Jummah Friday prayer, which is every week Muslim gather for the midday Friday prayer. It's called the Jummah prayer. So they always choose a religious site, whether it's a synagogue, whether it's and ironically, I mean, there are very few suicide attacks on churches or Hindu temples, which is very strange. I'm not saying that they should target them too, but it's kind of a pattern that they would only choose a synagogue and a mosque. It's kind of funny. I mean, it's not. It's not funny actually. It's very serious. But why a synagogue and a mosque? I'm not saying that there should be suicide attacks on churches or Hindu temples or any other worship place. There shouldn't be any terrorist attack, suicide attack on any institution, any against any people, whatever. But it kind of seemed very strange, and they chose Jummah, which is considered a holy day for Muslim, and always when there is a suicide attack or a planned terrorist attack against the Jewish people, they would choose their holidays, whether it is Passover or Sukkot or Sukkot or any holiday in a religious place. So this is the pattern that I noticed. And if there have been like a suicide or terrorist attack on any other faith institution, I'm really sorry that I'm not aware of it. And like I said, suicide or terrorist against any people is condemnable, and it's such a shame that Muslims are predominantly involved in such activities. And I was just wondering if these people are doing in the name of religion and for the supremacy of so-called Islam and the religious values and those radicalness. Um, Again, they never blasted on a nightclub. By the way, there are underground nightclubs, and people know about that. And there are areas where prostitution happens in Pakistan. So they never have a suicide attack because prostitution is haram. And if they want Islamic law, Sharia law, the first thing they should target is a liquor factory. And there are liquor factories, by the way, for non-Muslims, of course, Christians and Hindus and all other minorities who are allowed to have alcohol. There are alcohol factories for non-Muslims, run by non-Muslims. So they don't attack those factories. They don't happen to attack brothels. They don't happen to attack or have suicide attacks on, gambling places. So apparently, they are against the practice of, or the worship of this one God. Whether a Jew goes praying in a a synagogue, they get pissed off and have a suicide attack or a terror attack against that. Or if a Muslim is praying to Allah, the one creator, they seem to have a problem with that, and they go on and blast, have a suicide blast or a terror attack on that in that time when people are praying. So if people are involved in prostitution, people are involved in gambling, which is completely haram, they are completely fine with that. So I found this unique kind of definition of Islam lately, and it's, for me, it was kind of the pattern one. Pakistan and Israel, I think, are the two countries who are the most affected, and the second or third would be United States of America or EU tying. So on number one, there will be Israel and Pakistan being attacked by terrorists, whether suicide or any other form of attack by terrorists. Or there will be, on number two, there will be EU countries and US. So it's kind of very, very strange. So, and unless, I mean, our neighbors would feel like, oh my God, she didn't mention us, and we have recently have suffered from the terrorist. Okay, once in 2 3 years, 4 years, 5 years time, they also happen to have a terrorist attack, which is condemnable, of course. Innocent lives lost anywhere on planet Earth is condemnable, and all humans are created by Allah. That is every Muslims believe, and I just don't seem to understand how they get the idea that if they would just kill a creature made by, not a creature, a human being created by Allah, and killing them would somehow be good for them religiously. Oh, these were the thoughts that I want to hear. I hope these thought-provoking perspective would kind of help in conversations and discussions. Thank you very much.